when you are seeking your purpose, it's no small task. It's a big undertaking, and it's obviously worth it. The rewards are everything that you've ever dreamed, everything that you are craving, everything that you're longing for, because that's what's aligned with your purpose. Once you're stepping into the soul work that you came here to do, you become a magnet, and everything that you desire starts being drawn in magnetically into your field, into your reality. Welcome to Trujectory, the podcast committed to helping you step into your true path, your purpose work. There is nothing better than being able to do what you love every single day and to get paid for it. I lived many years of my life working jobs that didn't align with me, and I know how rough that feels. I want to see as many people as possible stepping into the work that truly lights their soul on fire. This is your space to come and be reminded that you can create the life that you're dreaming of and to learn exactly how to do it. This is your space to be inspired by those who have been bold enough to follow their passions and have created their dream life because of it. If you're ready to stop playing small, stop holding yourself back, and start aligning with your trajectory, let's do it. Hello, beautiful humans. Thank you for being with me at this time, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Grateful for you tuning in. I have something I want to talk to you about today. Obviously, I'm on a podcast, right? Duh. But I've been going through a lot lately. I feel like 2024 has been, it's only the start of March, and I feel like I've shifted about 10 different timelines. I keep changing my own trajectory. And I really want to talk about the only thing that sort of kept me sane throughout this, because I think it's going to help you all. I know a lot of us have multiple passions as well. In this day and age, there are so many things you can do. There are so many skills you can acquire. You can learn so much because of the internet, because there's so many teachers out there willing to just give all of their information away for free. I'm learning piano and guitar, and I'm not even paying anyone to do that. I'm just learning myself and then doing a few tutorials here and there, and it's fantastic. But yeah, so when you have a lot of different passions, it can be really cloudy sometimes when you're sort of going, well, what's my purpose? What's the thing that I'm here to do? And to be honest, it often is quite a few different things, and that's okay. So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about self-compassion, and it sounds very basic, very obvious, but I think a lot of us really, truly forget how important this is, because when you are seeking your purpose, it's no small task. It's a big undertaking, and it's obviously worth it. The rewards are so incredible. The rewards are everything that you've ever dreamed, everything that you are craving, everything that you're longing for, because that's what's aligned with your purpose. Once you're stepping into the soul work that you came here to do, you become a magnet, and everything that you desire starts being drawn in magnetically into your field, into your reality. So the rewards make it, so worth it, but it's not an easy path necessarily. It's not like, bam, I've just figured out what I'm going to do and now everything's falling into place. For some people, maybe that happens, but it's generally only when people are really following their passion. And I know for me, I'll use myself as an example of what I'm going through at the moment. I am obsessed with music, right? I love music. I have loved it for so many years. I love now, learning piano as well. I love creating my own songs. I love creating my own productions. I love producing music in Logic and, audio workstations. And I love rap. I love writing. I love everything to do with music, basically. It's storytelling, and there's so many different ways you can do it. And it's always unique and different and beautiful to each different artist. I love that. But what I've found when I look back over my life is music has always been the central thing that I have loved, like I have been in love with for so long. But it's always been this thing that I've sort of put on the side and gone, I'll get to that later, or I've got to do these few things first and then I'll get into my music. Or even within a day, I'll put music at the very end of the day after I get all of these things done that I need to get done. And that's so opposite to the way that we need to be working right now. We need to be able to follow these bursts of inspiration when they come through. And when music, for example, when you get inspiration to write a song, if you just start writing the song and then you go, okay, cool, I've got a little bit of an idea, I'll come back to this when it suits me, you'll find that when you come back to it, the energy that was behind that initial inspiration has just faded a little bit. It might be completely faded. It might be fizzled out, and you come back and you go, oh, I can't even finish this song. And that's why many artists end up with like hundreds of unfinished songs. They've got like just a verse or just a chorus or whatever. And this can apply to everything in life, every different field and industry. Whenever you're creating something, you get given these sparks of inspiration from the unified field, from source, from creator, from God, whatever you want to call it. We are all connected, and we have so many layers of programming over us that tell us we have to do this, we have to do 1, 2, 3, and then we can do 4. And it might actually be for you that you do 4, 3, 1, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. And that's so okay. The only problem is we then often will beat ourselves up because we feel like we're not doing things the way we should be doing things. And if you've listened to any of my stuff previously, you'll know I have a big issue with the word should because I think it's damaged, for my own journey. It's something that I've said so many times in my life. Well, I should be doing this, or I should have done it that way, or this or that. And there is no should. You are one of a kind. You really are. So you're creating your own path, your own story, your own way of working things out as you go. And without self-compassion, you're going to find that you start judging yourself constantly. And when you judge yourself, what happens? You feel like crap. You feel like a failure. You feel like you're doing things wrong. And then what does that make you do? It makes you fall into depression or have anxiety about not being able to do things in a certain time limit or a certain time frame. It can cause you to go and seek distractions that could be, binge watching TV and wasting your time in that way, or gaming, or drinking, or, addictions, or anything like that. And it all leads to negative things, right? So it's really this judgment of ourselves that leads us into this spiral where we end up slowing our progress. And the thing I find funny about myself when I look back is I've judged myself because I felt like I was wasting time, because I felt like, well, I'm not doing this thing in the right order, so it's not, I'm not going to hit this deadline that I have in my mind that I want to meet. And so I would judge myself. And because of that, I would lose all of my energy because I'd be feeling like crap. And then, of course, I'm going a lot slower than I would be anyway. Of course, then I'm not meeting my goals. And it's actually because I've judged myself and I've made it wrong that I'm doing something in a certain way that is the reason that I'm behind, I'm moving slower than I could be. And the truth is, be kind to yourself and you can actually get there quicker. So think of self-compassion as this container that you're placing around yourself where everything is okay. It's a safe space. If you know that you've got your own back and you know that you will support yourself when you start to hit a roadblock, when you start to pivot and change your mind, change your direction, rather than judging yourself and going, oh, I've just spent the last 3 months creating this thing and now I don't have any energy and inspiration and passion behind it anymore, and I actually want to do this other thing, but I feel like I should keep to this first thing because I committed to it and blah, blah, blah. All of those things. If you can let that go and truly just be so kind to yourself and allow yourself to flow and go, okay, well, I've gained all of these skills in this area. It's come to a pause right now. I'm going to go in the direction that my body and my soul is calling me to go in. And I no doubt will be able to use those skills or that thing that I've started building at some point down the line. But for right now, it's hit an end for now. And so really being kind to yourself is the biggest gift that you can give yourself on this big mission that you are undertaking to step into your purpose. Your purpose is aligned with the true essence of you. And the true essence of us has been so tainted ever since we were children. We came into this world pure love, pure magic. Everything was opportunity, potential, but we forgot our true essence. We forgot all of our unlimited abilities. We forgot how to connect with the unified field. We forgot how to manifest everything that we want. And doubt and fear and scarcity were the main programs that were imprinted onto most of us. It's very rare when you find someone who's like, no, my family, the whole, I was always taught that I could create anything I want, and they taught me how to manifest, and they showed me how abundance is always readily available and all of these things. That's very rare. That's beautiful when people can do that. That is becoming more common now, which is so incredible to see. So I can't even imagine what the next few generations are going to be like when they have parents who are really supporting this unlimited nature inside of them. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this episode and I hope you're getting a lot of value out of it. I would love to ask you to take just a couple of seconds out of your day to please rate and subscribe this channel. Whether you're on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, whatever streaming platform you're on, if you could take a couple of seconds to just rate and subscribe, I would be so grateful. That's going to really help us get our reach out a little bit further. It's going to help the amazing messages from my guests be heard by a larger audience, and we're going to be sharing a lot more perspective and advice and inspiration for those people who really need to remember that they can and will own and co-create the life that they want. And I want everyone who feels stuck in their job to be able to have a safe space to go to be reminded that you can, 100%, you can get the life that you want. You can create it. You just need a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration. And that's what I hope to provide here on Trajectory, the podcast. So please rate and subscribe. Thank you so much in advance. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you have a beautiful day or night, depending on where you are. Mwah. For most of us, we have been programmed in ways that have not really been in alignment with what we actually want. And so that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that. This is part of, if you think of us as, the main character of a movie, there's got to be a challenge for the main character to overcome, to learn more about themselves so that they can really step into whatever it is that they're seeking. And if you are seeking to step into your purpose, like I am, it's a journey, it's a road. You're learning more and more about yourself, and you're shedding more and more layers of those programmed messages that you have been surrounded by your whole life. And it's not just the people in your life, it's the media, the news, the pharmaceuticals. You go into a chemist and you're told that you're sick, looking at all the posters around the world, around the walls. Are you feeling like this? Are you feeling sick? Well, maybe I am. And if you don't understand the power of the subconscious mind, then you are making yourself sick. But that's a conversation for another time. But basically, keep that in mind. Be really compassionate towards yourself. Allow all of the things. Just allow it. Just go, yes, okay, well, I'm now pivoting in a different direction. And that's okay. And I'm going to trust that everything I'm doing is aligned with me. As long as you're following your inner fire, that really deep longing and yearning, you will never be going in the wrong direction. It's only when you are compromising and doing some things that you feel you should be doing, and some things because these people are doing it and they've been successful, so I feel like I should do that. And I've certainly fallen into that trap, starting my own business the last couple of years. It's very new for me. I've always worked for someone and, they've taken care of the business side of things. I've never had to sell or do any of that. So starting to step into something like that for myself, I found myself really mimicking people. And in mimicking, it's okay to do that when you first start out because you don't know any better and you're learning. But quite quickly, I've found I was losing my self-identity. I was losing my own pure essence because I was doing what I thought I should do because I could see other people were doing it in this certain way. And so that's the phase that I'm at right now. I'm sort of really taking back my own power and going, okay, there's a big part of my own personality that has just been hindered for a little while now because I've been following the shoulds a little bit too much. And there is this incredible desire now to really follow my music. The podcast is my baby. This is my purpose right here. Speaking to people about creating lives that they've dreamed of by following their passions and just communicating with people and sharing those big messages and having deep conversations. I'm obsessed with that. I always leave a conversation and a podcast episode bouncing off the walls. And that's why I know that is a huge part of what I'm here to do. And I love these solo episodes. I love keeping them. I'm keeping them nice and short and sweet now, just to make sure that they're full of value and I don't go on too many tangents because there's so many different directions we can take this. When it comes to self-development and self-mastery, there are so many different things we can work on. It's a constant student journey, right? So being that student is so important. But in being a student, you have to understand that you're always learning, right? You're not the master. You will always have new things that you want to learn, new things that you're letting go of. So having compassion, again, I will say it 1,000 times, self-compassion is key. That will give you the power, the confidence, the faith that you can keep going and you can keep following the things that are lighting you up because you've got your own back. You are supporting you in everything that you do. So I hope this has helped. I am really excited for you if you are starting to really listen to those inner callings, because they're there for a reason. Remember, you and your purpose were made for each other. Every single thing about you, everything from your height to the way you speak, the way you think, the way you see the world, your unique, weird little quirks, they're all perfectly aligned with this purpose that you have come here to do. And you may have multiple purposes. It will shift and evolve over time as you shift and evolve. Excuse me. The more you learn about yourself, the more you expand. And the more you expand, the more your purpose expands. And you have bigger opportunities to serve more people and to make a bigger impact and to dive into subjects and topics and hobbies and creations even further than you could possibly imagine. But for now, your only job when you want to step into your purpose is to follow your passion. And I have to say, I didn't realize that there was a big part of me that I still wasn't really following. And that's the music side of me. So I am really committing to that now. I don't have a choice. It is such a loud, I'm smiling just thinking about it because it lights me up so much. And I'm just so grateful that I have the ability, I have the tools, I have a huge, beautiful piano behind me. I have a guitar, an electric guitar. I have all of the audio, I have all of the gear, right? And so I've like slowly in the background been building all of this equipment, all of the gear, all of the knowledge to do it. And now is finally time to just follow my freaking heart and do what lights me up. And I know that everything magical that I've been wanting, everything I've been wanting to see in my life eventuate, it will come from that, because that's the energy that becomes magnetic and pulls everything in. So I'll leave you with that. Really, really enjoy your journey. Self-compassion is key, and I'm looking forward to sharing this week's guest with you. She has made an amazing life for herself. She's a beautiful Canadian girl, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. And if you've got any questions, or if there's any topics in particular around purpose, self-mastery, confidence, anything, manifestation that you want me to talk about a little bit deeper, DM me on socials at Sarah Louise Maxwell, one word, or at Trujectory, both on Instagram. I'm pretty much just hanging out on Instagram these days. It's my favorite of all the social platforms. So anyway, have a beautiful day, people. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm excited to watch you step into your purpose. Stay you, stay true.